They glide like smiles across the sea, then turn into predators that toy with living prey. Why do orcas, these social marine hunters, play with their food before tearing it apart? This video will follow that chilling question. We'll dissect the biology, the minds, the dark rituals of the killer whale, Orca, Orcinus orca, and reveal why play becomes cruelty. Imagine coordinated hunters circling a seal, nudging it, tossing it, testing fear like a toy. This is not random cruelty. It's a refined hunting strategy carved by evolution. The mystery is social. These are not lone killers. They teach and learn. The very act of playing with prey is a message, a lesson, and a tool. Over the next minutes, we will move from anatomy to atrocity, from brains to behavioral theater, tracking how social intelligence turns hunting into a performance of death. This is science dressed as horror. Sensory precision, steel teeth, coordinated attack. We'll ask the hard question again, why the play? And answer it with data and witness accounts. Orcas are apex predators with cultures. Pods have dialects, hunting traditions, and cruel games. Their normal is lethal, efficient, and sometimes disturbingly playful. To understand that play, we must first understand the machine behind it, the orca's body, senses, and brain, honed to manipulate, isolate, and destroy living prey. We'll examine specific encounters, beached seals rolled like toys, penguins tossed, larger whales disabled, and see how social learning amplifies brutality across generations. Start with anatomy. Beneath the black and white mask lies muscle, bone, and a neural network tuned to cooperative killing. That structure explains much of the behavior you'll see. Orcas are streamlined powerhouses, a body built for speed and force, with a dorsal fin like a sail and flukes that deliver explosive bursts. Their design is hunting optimized. Skull and teeth matter. Orcinus orca carries robust jaws and interlocking conical teeth designed to grip and tear. They're not for chewing plants. They're instruments of violence. Musculature is clever. Thick neck and powerful tail muscles allow sudden lateral strikes. That sideways power lets them flip prey and execute coordinated manipulations. Skin and blubber are armor and energy. Thick blubber protects against cold and absorbs impacts when ramming prey, while skin sensory receptors detect tiny changes in water flow. Their sonar is a living X-ray. Echolocation pinpoints concealed prey under ice or mud. Precision in space and time allows deliberate experiments with the victim's options. Hearing is acute. Orcas listen for heartbeats and distress. Eyes adapted to both air and water read subtle movements. Together, senses force a trap on prey like a slow clock. Their brains are large and folded, with powerful social cognition centers. The neocortex and limbic circuits enable planning, imitation, and the eerie ability to choreograph group hunts. Mirror-like social minds mean orcas learn by watching. A juvenile sees an elder toy with a seal, and that cruelty becomes technique, passed across pods like a cultural virus. A diving physiology supports long, cold hunts. Oxygen stores, slow heart rate, and blood redistribution let them pursue and exhaust prey over long bursts, aiding complex cooperative tactics. Metabolism is flexible. When food is scarce, orcas broaden their menu. When preferred prey is abundant, specialized methods evolve. Their bodies flex to cultural choice. Different populations evolve different tools. Some beach themselves intentionally to snatch seals. Others use waves to wash pups off ice. Anatomy and culture co-evolve into lethal specializations. Teeth spacing and wear tell a story. Interlocking teeth prevent escape and allow holding, while others sever tissue. Each bite is measured, each grip deliberate. Their swimming style supports ambush and endurance. A sudden sprint can turn a calm hunt into chaos. They can herd, corral, and intercept prey with choreographed fluidity. Echolocation clicks double as communication. A pod's clicks and calls coordinate intent, spacing, and timing, turning sensory data into a shared kill plan in real time. In short, the orca's body, brain, and senses are a single killing instrument. Structure enables social hunting that isn't messy chance, but deliberate, rehearsed cruelty. Anatomy explains capacity. Behavior explains intention. Now, we watch how these animals use their gifts to play with prey in ways that seem almost personal. Play with prey behavior ranges from tossing seals into the air to isolating whale calves. It's brutal theater, testing prey responses, teaching pups, and inflicting maximum stress. Herding is fundamental. Orcas form walls, drive schools, squeeze groups into tight balls, then pick individuals to torment. It's mass psychology. Panic amplifies vulnerability. Some populations surf waves to wash seals off ice. They time altitude, speed, and angle. This is playful cruelty turned into a taut and precise hunting method. Intentional beaching looks like risk-taking play. They strand briefly to grab prey, then slide back. It's dangerous for the orca, showing how ritual and game can cost lives. Orcas will nudge, flip, and bite in non-lethal places, prolonging fear. This tactile torment reduces a prey's will, making slaughter easier and teaching juniors the emotional edge of hunting. Documented cases show penguins tossed like toys, seals shoved and released repeatedly, even live fish offered and pulled away. The goal is confusion and control. Coordination turns simple acts into performances. Roles emerge: blockers, drivers, the one who delivers the final bite. It's teamwork with macabre choreography. Elders demonstrate techniques. Juveniles imitate, practice, and refine. Play with prey becomes cultural knowledge, transmitted across generations with alarming efficiency. The psychological ruin of prey matters. Panic drains energy, impairs evasion, and makes death slower and more certain. Emotion becomes a tool for hunters who read minds. In Patagonia, orcas learn to tip over calves by shaking and nudging mothers. The calf disoriented. The adults circled like spectators. Play became an execution tactic. Near Norway, orcas herd herring into shimmering balls, then pass individual fish between mouths. They manipulate schooling behavior like puppeteers pulling strings. In Antarctic waters, transient orcas separate seal pups from ice and toss them into the water repeatedly. The repeatedness indicates a preference, not accident. Different pods favor different prey and different games. Resident orcas specialize on fish, transients on marine mammals. Each diet sculpts a distinct repertoire of cruelty. Clicks, whistles, and pulsed calls direct action. Silence can signal stealth. Call patterns coordinate timing so that play and killing happen with synchronized precision. Individuals take on roles. Some lure, some flank, some execute. It's division of labor applied to violence, enhancing efficiency and allowing more elaborate theatricality. Mimicry is essential. New techniques spread when curious juveniles copy elders. Innovation propagates through culture, making successful cruelty a shared community asset. Are they cruel by intention or indifferent efficiency? The answer is murky. Empathy exists in orcas, but so does a capacity to exploit emotional panic instrumentally. Orcas alter environments to gain advantage, creating waves, using ice flows, and polishing strategies that transform landscapes into hunting theaters. Hunts can be planned over time. They observe prey patterns, coordinate raids, and return to shorelines to practice specialized techniques with generational patience. What looks like play is rehearsal. Young orcas practice body control, timing, and cruelty in low-stakes situations before graduating to lethal roles. Predation here mixes instinct with invention. Ethologists see rituals and signatures, unique sequences of behavior that identify specific pods and their hunting personalities. These theatrics are energetically efficient. Herding and torment lower escape chances, saving energy overall, even if the act seems prolonged and gratuitous. Some orcas use the environment as a tool. They create waves to dislodge seals or exploit tides to strand prey. Innovation is a form of intelligence applied to killing. Long-term studies show stable hunting traditions lasting decades. Playful torment persists over generations, indicating cultural roots deeper than expedience. Behavior scales up into social structure. To understand the mechanics of play, we must examine pod life, hierarchies, bonds, and the social currency of kills. Orcas live in tight family units. Matrilines dominate, elders lead hunts, and social bonds determine who learns what. Cooperation is familial and fiercely conserved. Dominance is subtle. Leaders coordinate hunts and approve innovations. Obedience and prestige maintain order, and a leader's strategy can define a pod's cruelty for years. Dialect calls in code identity and tactics. A pod's language contains hunting cues. Social learning uses these calls to transmit techniques for torment and capture. Coalitions form between individuals for specific hunts. These temporary alliances allow complex moves, flankers, blockers, and the performer who toys with prey while others watch. Juveniles stay with mothers for years, learning the pod's unique hunting theater. Their social education includes cruelty, ritual, and the ethics of who eats first. Within pods, competition flares over roles and food. Disputes can turn violent, shaping who leads hunts and who becomes the one to play with prey. Cooperation dominates, but selfish acts occur. Sharing norms regulate behavior, and playful torment sometimes serves as social signaling, demonstrating skill and status. Culture diverges. Resident pods avoid marine mammals. Transients specialize on them. These cultural splits explain why some groups regularly practice play with prey rituals and others never do. Social life amplifies cruelty. The pod is a classroom, a theater, and a tribunal where hunting traditions become fixed and progressively more elaborate. How does this culture affect reproduction and life cycles? Reproductive strategies and parental care shape how hunting skills, including play, pass to the next generation. Orcas have slow life histories. Long gestations, extended maternal care, and late maturity mean lessons take time. The investment in offspring supports complex social learning. Gestation lasts about 17 months. Calves are born into pods where immediate social encoding begins. Calls, tactics, and the first tastes of hunting theater. Mothers nurse for years and escort juveniles on hunts. This prolonged care is the crucible where playful torment is demonstrated, rehearsed, and normalized. Juveniles practice on easy prey and watch adult rituals. Play becomes practice, and early exposure to tormenting techniques cements them as future tools of survival. Females mature later than males, often around 10 to 15 years. By then, they are fluent in the pod's hunting grammar and capable of teaching it to their own young. Raising calves is costly. Mothers invest time, energy, and social capital. Teaching lethal techniques is part of that cost, essential for offspring survival in harsh seas. Kin selection explains cooperation. By helping relatives survive, an individual secures genetic legacy. Teaching cruelty to kin can be an adaptive, if grim, strategy. Orcas can live decades, even up to 90 in some records. That longevity allows traditions to persist and brutal methods to refine over generations. Reproduction, long childhoods, and social bonds create the perfect matrix for cultural transmission of hunting rights, including the disturbing practice of playing with prey. What do these behaviors mean for ecosystems? Orcas shape prey populations and modify food webs. Their cultured cruelty has cascading ecological effects. As apex predators, orcas regulate species below them. When they target marine mammals, entire coastal communities feel the effects. Population sizes and behaviors shift. Removing or adding orcas can ripple through the web. Sea lion numbers, fish stocks, and even kelp forests respond. Their hunting preferences steer ecosystem architecture. Targeted predation on calves or pups reduces recruitment, altering age structures. Playful torment that increases calf mortality can reshape species demographics. Human activities, fishing, noise, pollution, affect orca diets. Scarcity can push them toward riskier prey and new hunting experiments, sometimes increasing brutal displays. If orca behavior shifts, ecosystems and human industries shift too. The interplay between culture and environment makes consequences unpredictable and profound. Orcas sometimes target fishing gear or catches, learning to steal from humans. These interactions change their risk calculus and can escalate into conflict and retaliatory harm. Some populations are endangered, others stable. Threats vary. Prey depletion, pollution, and boat noise disrupt social learning and hunting traditions, including episodes of play and torment. Coastal communities depend on the balance orcas enforce. Removing them lets mid-level predators explode, collapsing fisheries and altering ecosystems vital to humans. If orcas were to become unnaturally abundant in some regions, their cultural hunting methods could severely depress prey populations, creating trophic imbalances. Climate change shifts prey distribution. Orcas adapt culturally, sometimes embracing new, brutal techniques. Human-caused change accelerates cultural evolution with unpredictable ecological fallout. Ecosystems can be resilient, but they depend on intact predator cultures. Disrupting orca traditions may lead to novel, destabilizing hunting behaviors with broad consequences. By preying on weak individuals, orcas can maintain healthy prey populations. Even their cruelty can have a regulatory, biodiversity-preserving function. When orcas change diet due to human pressure, we see unexpected results: declines in some species, spikes in others, proof that cultural predators alter ecosystems dramatically. Orcas are both sculptors and products of their environments. Their social hunting rituals imprint on landscapes and seascapes in ways that last generations. Now, the ethical angle. How should humans respond to a creature that teaches cruelty? Is it monstrous or merely natural? Our actions complicate the answer. captivity warps culture. Kept orcas display abnormal aggression and stress. Removing individuals steals cultural knowledge and can produce distorted, often violent behaviors. We alter ecosystems through fishing, noise, and pollution. When orcas shift to novel, brutal techniques, we must face our hand in that change and its moral weight. Protecting orcas isn't just about numbers. It's about preserving cultures and the complex behaviors they carry, some brutal, some essential to ecosystem balance. We are fascinated and repelled by orca cruelty. That mixture of fear and awe reveals more about us than the animal. We project morality onto nature's impartial mechanics. Science shows play with prey is adaptive, teaching, testing, and exploiting prey psychology. It's a blend of biology and culture, an evolutionary solution with brutal aesthetics. So the question returns, why do they play before killing? Because social brains turned hunting into theater. Practice, pedagogy, communication, and control, all wrapped in a deadly ritual. There is no malice in nature, only strategies. Yet watching social predators toy with life forces, uncomfortable moral questions about intelligence, culture, and the cost of survival. If you care about wild complexity, support protections, preserve prey stocks, reduce noise pollution, and back policies that respect the cultural lives of Orcinus orca. Fund research into orca cultures. Understanding their dialects and hunting traditions is vital to predicting how they'll adapt and how ecosystems will respond. Orcas force us to confront a brutal truth. Intelligence doesn't equal compassion. Their theaters of death are evolutionary tools, not moral statements. Yet they haunt us nonetheless. The smiling killer rules vast oceans with social minds and cultural cruelty. To watch one hunt is to witness performance and predation fused into a single terrifying act. We leave with images lodged in memory, pods circling, a seal shaken like a toy, juveniles learning. The question of why they play has been answered in biology and culture. Remember that our choices push orcas into new behaviors. Conservation is not just mercy, it's the preservation of the world's most complex hunting cultures and their future. Orca. Hunter, teacher, performer, executioner. Orcinus orca reminds us that nature's elegance often masks brutality. Watch, learn, and decide how we will live beside such intelligence.